Seth, what's up, man?
Good morning, good morning. I am quite well. I hope you're also well and all of our viewers.
Nice, man.
Well, this morning, what I want to speak on is a little bit with regards to junk food and health foods. Because,
Junk food and health food?
And health foods, yeah.
Okay.
Because, I have my posts that I would share and whatnot. So I read all comments. And I usually see a lot of people, of course, giving their take as to, how to reverse diseases and whatnot in these comments.
Right.
Many of which is laughable, right? And it shows that there's a high degree of ignorance in the general population. In fact, most would say stop eat junk and eat healthy. And I would ask a question as to what is junk and what is healthy eating.
Okay.
Right? Because it's easy to say stop eat junk, but how much people know exactly what junk is? And it's easy to say eat healthy, but how much people know what healthy eating is?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Now, the term junk, we know that it means it's useless. Right? We know that it means it's useless.
Yeah.
But what are things that people eat that is useless? And what makes something that you eat useful or not useful?
Okay.
And these are the areas that most people don't understand. So junk food would be a high caloric meal or a high caloric food. I shouldn't even use the word food, because if it's junk, it shouldn't even be classed as food.
Right.
But it's something that has a high amount of calories, but no other nutritional benefits.
Okay.
When it comes to nutrients, the macro and the micronutrients, it's low on those or doesn't even have. So it might just be filled with sugar. All right. So a high sugar meal that doesn't come with any other health benefits would be classed as junk.
Junk food.
All right.
Yeah.
As junk food, which are things most people consume. Many people out there drinking things like juices, like soft drinks, junk.
Right.
Most people don't even know that the human body produces its own sugar. So why do you need a soft drink or a juice to consume?
Right.
Animals in nature drink water. So those are things that would be classed as junk. So all these snacks that people consume, and many people give their children these snacks, which are just high sugar substances of no nutritional value. All of that is junk. It is junk. And many people treat their kids, sorry to say, but many people treat their kids like garbage disposals. So they give their kids a lot of junk to eat, right? The only thing that consumes a lot of junk is a garbage truck. So we need to stop feeding ourselves and our children like garbage trucks, because that is what we have been doing, right? And in fact, today, this is one of the problems with type 1 diabetes in kids. When you talk to parents, today we have apparently what we call gentle parenting. Gentle parenting. Stefan, I don't know if you know today that a lot of children, a lot of teens, a lot of children under the age of even 10 dictate to their parents what they want to eat.
Yeah, they throw tantrums and they get through with it. Long time in my day, I couldn't throw no tantrum, na partner.
I did not grow up with that. So this is new to me. Right? I did not grow up with that.
Seth is too gently, It's a gently and a Bruce Lee, It's too Lee again, Whop up! And that's it, you're back
today,
all right.
I have done consultations with parents.
Yeah.
And they would turn and tell me, my child don't like to eat that. I was like, it had nothing like don't like to eat that.
Yeah.
Right? They are sick. You're diabetic. Right? You need to eat this. Right? But we have this so-called gentle parenting, which is the cart before the horse, apparently.
Yeah.
All right? So that's an issue that I have today. So junk food is the main choice of food for most children today.
Right.
But then we have on the next hand now, many people that don't understand what healthy foods are. Now, a healthy food is a food that is nutritionally beneficial to the human body, or nutritionally dense and bioavailable. That word there, bioavailable, is of utmost importance, because there are many things that are nutritionally dense but aren't bioavailable. What do I mean by bioavailable? Meaning that when you consume it, the percentage of nutrients from it that the body could extract and use is very high. Now, there are many things that have nutrients in it but aren't bioavailable, or the process for the body to attain the nutrients from it is so difficult that it is too problematic for the body. The other aspect is there are so-called or many so-called foods that people refer to as healthy that has nutrients in it, but also come in with this very same thing that blocks those nutrients. And these are things that people assume to be as healthy foods, and they are consuming it and causing problems. So if I give a quick example, so there are many people that have come to me who are anemic. So they suffer from iron deficiency.
Right.
But one of the things that they love to consume a lot is things like teas, green tea and so forth, and black teas and whatnot. And teas are high in tannins. Tannins directly blocks the absorption of iron. Now, you're anemic, which means you have an iron deficiency, but you're drinking tea because you hear tea is good for you. But tea comes in with tannins that block at least 50% of iron.
Okay.
Right? Now, people aren't aware of that. So they are consuming these things and not understanding the harm it has to their body, because they say, my parents and grandparents and great-grandparents used to consume this stuff. And many people have to understand, not because it's something that have been done by your parents or great-grandparents means that it was beneficial or healthy. All right?
Right.
We are learning as we go along, and we are discovering that a lot of things that have been done in the past by our parents and grandparents are one of the reasons why sicknesses are so prevalent today. Because they did stuff that caused them to become deficient in nutrients, and therefore that leads to the offspring that they brought forth to be more deficient than them. And then when those offsprings continue that same eating pattern, the offsprings of the offsprings become even more deficient.
Yeah, so
this
just
is why
long
long
over
time,
generation to
only
generation.
the elderly were diabetic, and now today we have little children that are diabetic, right? Because the eating practices have not been corrected. Now, what I do at Seth Wires Holistic Health Clinic is I re-educate individuals. Re-educate, correct the misinformation that they have with nutrition, so you could deal with the problem at the source. So many people are consuming things that are harming the body, and they are thinking it is beneficial to the body. Now, the reason why I chose to talk on this today is not just because of the comments that I've seen, but last week I've had a good few people that did consultations, and they were all so-called very health-conscious people. Exercisers and into fitness and very much into health, and they are all sick, and they were totally baffled as to why they are sick, and they can't get any answers from the doctors, the medical associations, pharmaceutical organizations. When they came to me, they got their answers, and they were like, oh, now they understood why it is they were sick, and now they know what they have to do in order to rectify their health issues, right? Many people are also very hopeless. When I say hopeless, a lot of people are afraid of hope. Let me use that term. They are afraid of hope. If you are sick for so long, you don't even want to hear that it have someone that could reveal something, because you have already reached a point where you have accepted that. That's like people that have been in prison. Like people that have gotten life sentences in prison. They have accepted it. So sometimes, and let's say they didn't commit the crime, they were wrongfully in prison, but many people have accepted, you know what, I'm going to be here for the rest of my life. And then a young lawyer might come and say he was reviewing some files and realize that your case had an error and there is hope for you to come out. And some of them refuse it. Because they have already accepted that negative fate. And many people are in that mindset. You know, I'm diabetic or have this illness, and they have accepted it. So now they hear a young boy coming on TV now and saying, hey, diabetes is reversible. Nah, he had to be talking craziness, right? That's not true. That can't happen. So what about all the people that have come to me and they are no longer diabetic? Their blood sugar level is back to normal. They're off all medications, all drugs, everything.
Well, I remember you sent me a voice note from one of your clients just this weekend, I believe it was. And the guy said the same thing. Oh, we only have a couple minutes. The guy said the same thing that a lot of people say. Boy, I was real skeptical at the start, you know. I really wasn't sure if, you know, this approach would work. And he went on to say that now since he's in the program, he's feeling better than he's ever felt. He has more energy than he has ever had. And I think in terms of the medication, it's it's non-existent right now. And I know that some people have to understand this. For some people, your program, where your program is concerned, some people will see results faster than others.
Correct.
It depends on where you're at with your situation.
Correct.
And then it also depends on how hard
has accumulated.
And then it depends on how hard you're willing to work or how disciplined you're going to be in terms of your approach to the program. Because it does take a lot of discipline. All right? But hearing the voice note, I was like, yeah, boy. And I know, look, people will say all kind of things, but if it's the one thing I can tell Oliver Seth, right? I asked Seth the other day, I said, Seth, so if you reach a point where you reverse everybody's disease, how you going to make money, Seth? And he said, well, no, it's not about the money. I just, So he knows he's going to run out of clients sooner or later, Because, I mean, you know that, right? You know that, right?
But that's the hope, eh? But seeing how things going with the ignorance in the population, I don't feel so,
Yeah, but I mean, sooner or later, I mean,
but
it'll be like...
That's the goal.
Because this thing is to get you to the point where you no longer need him. And not only him, but medication. Am I correct?
Correct. That's correct. Because I use nothing. Pharmaceuticals don't make a cent out for me.
Exactly.
Right.
As opposed to the other associations and the other directions that people might take, where you are constantly in this ball of confusion, like a hamster. You're just running. You're running on this, and you're going nowhere, and you're just running the same spot over and over, and you're just making the same lap, making the same circle over and over, being dependent on the same things. And I mean, if you've tried that long enough, to no avail, my question has always been, why not try something different? But I guess people get...
It's hard for a lot of people.
And
it's hard to make that change.
And I think what you said is, you're reaching this mental state where, look, I've given up. I've given up. Even with people who just want to simply lose weight. Right now, that could be considered a disease, eh? Well, obesity is a disease. But
it is.
Yeah. But even, they've tried so many diets. They've tried so many things. And they're still in the same place. And they're most likely they're in the same place because they haven't done it properly, because nobody has explained them properly how to do this.
Yeah. And that's what I do. This is why I focus on education, because when you understand why you should be doing something, it's better than just following blind instructions, because now you know why you shouldn't eat this, why you should eat that. Right? You understand why, you see the science behind it. It makes the decision easier to make. A lot easier.
All right, so Seth, we're out of time, but for more information, people, I always tell you, Seth is always, very easy to contact. He's readily available, and the numbers are right there on the screen, 7611952. You can call that number, that is 7611952, or if you want to take the WhatsApp option, it is 2793935. That is 2793935. You can feel free to contact him and get more information, and just let him know what your problem is. Book the consultation. Sit down. It's going to be for your benefit. All right, because you're going to be educated. It's not just you go and you sit down and let me hear what's your problem, or well, all right, yeah, we deal with that before. No, he's going to break it down for you. He's going to explain you step by step why you might be experiencing the problems that you're having, and you will have a better understanding of yourself, the position that you're in, and what you need to cut out and what you need to start consuming and that kind of thing, because that's nutrition in a nutshell. It's just knowing what the body needs. You understand? Or what the body's needs are. Correct?
Correct. That's correct.
All right, Seth. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, so thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I'll see you all next week.
Of course. Yeah, man.